in with another podcast for Red Devil Studio. Let's see, we are live, aren't we? I think we are. Just double check. Should be streaming live. Have a look.
Where's my Twitch?
Yes, we are. Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. Anyway, so yeah, sorry, just need to make sure that was working, guys. So anyway, this is Red Devil Studio Live podcast episode 12. Sorry about the technical hitch. I'm joined again by
Firmincio or Sean.
Team Chicago.
And basically, for this episode, we're going to be previewing upcoming fixtures for the Premier League, for Serie A, and for the Bundesliga as well. But just before we get into it, just a few announcements actually. The first is, amazingly, that we've got these podcasts actually. They're going to be on Spotify, as well as iTunes and Google Podcasts. It's on Spotify now and it'll be on iTunes in the next couple of days. So you just click the link in the description. We have these podcasts on Spotify and soon to be iTunes, Google Podcasts. So stay tuned for that. The other thing is that we're actually right now we're streaming to Twitch as well. So we're just doing a dual thing where we're streaming to Twitch and to YouTube as well. So really appreciate your ongoing support, guys. If you have a head on there or stay tuned in the comments, just let us know. So yeah, okay. So basically, we are going to start with obviously our Premier League preview games, and first of all, we're actually going to start with the big game that's coming back after the international break. I know you're like most people, where frankly we're just tired of the international break right now, and we want a bit of a change. Yes, let's basically let's get into it. Basically, let's get into it. So it's these two guys. It's Pep Guardiola and it's Frank Lampard. Pep Guardiola and Frank Lampard will be facing head-to-head. Chelsea will be facing City away. And with Firmincio here, obviously with Liverpool having beaten City at Anfield and there being a 9-point gap, I guess the big question is, can Pep come back from that? Or do you think that Lampard will do one over on Pep? So I'm going to hand it over to Firmincio first.
Yeah, I mean the simple answer I reckon there is yes. It's a simple, overwhelming yes, because I think Man City, first of all, they played really well against Liverpool. I thought really well. Liverpool, even though they were sort of overwhelming City at times, City still look really like a really strong team, and I think they're going to be too strong for Chelsea. Yeah, I don't know. Chelsea are doing really well right now, and they're sort of on their way up. Frank Lampard sort of got that passion back in, the will to win back into the team, after they sort of looked lackluster when Serie was there, and things like that. But I don't know. I think Chelsea. I think it's going to be too much of a step up for them against Man City. I reckon. So it felt like Liverpool intimidated Man City a little bit as well, and I don't think Chelsea have that intimidation factor. So I think just a simple answer of, yeah, I think Pep can get it back. I think even beating Chelsea is going to make a bit of a statement for them. So I think it's going to be a really important game to, like, say, we're still smashing top teams, and you know, we're still contenders, we're still in the title run. So a yes from me.
Team Chicago one.
As much as I want Chelsea to win, because Frank Lampard is doing well, I don't know if he'll be able to win this one. I think obviously Pep's going to be furious after the whole Liverpool loss and everything that happened with VAR and everything. I'm sure he was. He was like, again, you know, he was shouting at the fourth official and all that. I think that obviously there's more to lose for City here. You know, City were second by quite a bit, and then they lost to Wolves, and obviously lost to Liverpool, and Chelsea and Leicester just kept winning. So, you know, they closed the gap. And obviously with Lampard being a new manager, there's just, you know, he can just go into this game. It's almost a free hit in a way. if he loses to Man City, no one's going to be like, oh, Frank Lampard's a bad manager, or he's, players didn't play well, things like that. This is literally a free hit for him, so even if he gets a point, I think that would be amazing. I think Leicester will also slow down as well. They're not going to win every single game. They'll get a few draws. They might lose to, a couple of the big teams, things like that. So I think Lampard can go into this. We know how he plays every single game. The first game of the season, they lost to Man U, what was it, 5 or 4-1? Something like that. And they've played the same since. They haven't really changed anything. They've just got players back in who are fit. And so a style like that is dangerous. The Liverpool game was 2-1, I believe. And N'Golo Kante scored a good goal. But that's the champions of Europe. Liverpool are just way better than everybody else. And they did really well in that game. City are looking a bit fragile right now. I think, this can be a free hit for Lampard. They're going to play pressing, attacking football. Abraham scored on his international duty. Mount scored on international duty. Pulisic is looking really, really good. City's defence, you got someone like Pulisic running at you. I don't know. I think it's going to be closer than some people think. I don't have a score prediction, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think City might just edge it, but I'm happy to, I'm happy for people to say that Chelsea could win as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting one.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, this is an interesting one. It is an interesting one. I'm so as a podcast, I'm actually tend to agree with Team Takage 1 on this, in that I don't think that this is going to be a foregone conclusion. I think, as Team Takage 1 has said, that this is a free hit for Frank Lampard. I don't think they expect him to go, especially, to be frank, after last season's 6-0 battering at the Etihad, which was just it was a battering. That was something, So we know City done it, but to do that to Chelsea, I think was embarrassing. So that's my only worry with Chelsea, is that defensively they're still quite shaky, and possibly possibly there could be problems in that respect. The only thing I would say, though, is that City are also vulnerable defensively, and so that there's definitely going to be goals in this game. I think the question is just how many. I don't think that, as far as Laporte is not going to be fit. I think which defenders you play for City? You play Stones and Otamendi. Stones might be back. Do you play Rodri and Fernandinho? There's clearly a defensive frailty in Manchester City, and I think that when you have fast, quick players that Chelsea have, they can cause them problems if they can get a hold of the ball. So it's I suspect City will still win, but if they do lose, then you could essentially call the title race over, pretty much. And we've got to bear in mind that City, like Liverpool were, I think, if you look at the top 6 or 7 teams Liverpool City have played, they haven't beaten any of them yet. City, no. They drew with Spurs and they lost to Liverpool. They haven't actually played Leicester, as far as I'm aware. They haven't played United. No. They haven't played Arsenal, I don't think. If you call Arsenal top 7 right now. But they haven't played even.
They played Sheffield.
They haven't played Sheffield. You know what I mean? They haven't played Sheffield either. So, and they haven't played Chelsea. So their game, they drop points. They drop points to Norwich and Wolves. So you know what I mean. It's a bit. It's tricky. It's tricky. Anyone else have to say anything to that? Well, score predictions. Score predictions.
Score prediction. I don't even. I think that's. So
give me that.
I don't know whether it will be like an overwhelming. I just think that City just have a slight edge over Chelsea. So I think the score will be tight. It might be quite a good game. It might be like a 3-2 or something like that. But if I had to say a score, I'll maybe go 3-1. See, that's the thing. If City score the first goal, I think it would be difficult for Chelsea. Because City is so brilliant. They've got it really down on the counter. So, like, I think if City do score the first goal, I think it's going to be difficult for Chelsea. Like, I think if Chelsea get a goal back, then brilliant.
Yeah.
But if City score a goal and then another, and then they're sort of Chelsea are 2-0 down, I think it's going to be really difficult. So I'm going to go 3-1 for City.
And who's the score, do you think?
Well, I mean, I've got De Bruyne in my fantasy football, so I wouldn't mind if he stuck a couple in. But I mean, he doesn't always, does he? So like, I reckon. I mean, Aguero's not always far off the score sheet. So is he fit? Aguero?
Aguero's fit, but I don't know whether he's going to be playing Gabriel Jesus instead.
Yeah.
Or Aguero, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Tends to play Jesus like against smaller clubs, I think.
Jesus, yeah.
So he'll probably will play Aguero.
Yeah, Aguero. Yeah, all right, fair enough. So, yeah, Aguero. I'll go with Aguero scoring a goal. Maybe De Bruyne. I don't know whether I'd like to see Sterling's reaction after all the kerfuffle at Liverpool first. So I don't really want to put him on the score sheet just yet, just in case he sort of lost his cool a little bit. So I'll leave him out, and I'll say Jesus with a late one. Comes off for Aguero and then scores.
Okay.
Comes on for Aguero, sorry, and scores.
Team Gage?
I don't know. I don't really know. Like, I think it's either going to be 3-1, like Firmino said, to City, or it's going to be 2-1 Chelsea. So, like, I don't know which one to pick. I'm kind of sitting on the fence here. Am I allowed to do that? Yeah. I can't give a winner here. But yeah, there's going to be goals, but that's because Chelsea have conceded the most in the top 6. But they've scored. They score a lot. Their goals forward is I think it's about 8 more than their goals against. So that just shows you. I mean, they might concede a lot, but they must score a lot to get that deficit, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And City.
Well, I mean, didn't they put like 5 past Wolves? I think they must have put at least 5 or 4. Past
yeah,
Wolves
and then they put maybe 3 or 4 past Southampton. So they score. Chelsea score a lot. I mean, they scored against Liverpool. I mean, everyone, you know.
It's Tammy, isn't it?
Yeah, Tammy. All of them, man. All of them. Pulisic is. I'm happy for him. He's doing well. So it's either one of those. Either one for me.
Okay, so I think we'll park that. It's certainly going to be a brilliant game this weekend. I think everyone should really check that out. What am I talking about? But yeah, no, because I think, you know, essentially this is. I know people saying like last against Man City against Liverpool was the title, you know, decider, if that makes any sense. But I generally think that this is going to be a title decider, because I just can't see City. I just can't see them. Yeah, I can't see them. If they lose this, I can't see them coming back. Like to go into Christmas with 12 points, with the possibility that they will drop, and they did last season. Even when they went on to win the title, they did go on to drop points. Most of the points they dropped was over the Christmas period. I just can't see them coming back from that.
Yeah.
I just can't. I really can't. Right. Let's move on. Sorry. Right. So yeah, obviously. So basically, on to the other Premier League fixtures that we're going to preview now. So as you can see, here's the table. Liverpool obviously ahead with 34 points, followed by Leicester City, obviously 8 points clear. Liverpool, Chelsea and Leicester on the same number of points. Man City in 4th with 25, 9 points off Liverpool, a point behind Chelsea and Leicester. Then you have the sudden gap between City and Sheffield. These are poor. I'm just looking at this table. It's just bad. It's just like outside the top 4. And it's like 12 games, 17 points, like an average of just over a point a game. It's bad, and we haven't even gotten even to Arsenal and United yet. So you've got about.
It's a big gap between fourth and fifth.
It's a big gap between Sheffield United and City. There's about 8 points essentially. For 8 points between Sheffield United and City.
As an Arsenal and Man United fan, what are you guys? What's the best scenario here for you guys? What are you?
It's
hoping
weird
for?
because, so obviously City are sitting in fourth. They probably won't be fourth for the rest of the league, but the thing about it like that is Arsenal and United fans, you kind of like, how the heck are we gonna catch up City? Do you know what I mean? They're fourth at the minute. There's no way City are gonna drop all those points. Chelsea might drop a few here and there. Leicester might drop a few here and there. But like the gap is so big already. Fair play to Man United, who were like.
It's like you're 9 points off Leicester.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah. But fair play to United. They, Arsenal were in the top four. That's the thing. Man United win, and they're seventh now. I mean, I don't think people would have really been saying that at the start of the season after everything that was going on. So you have to give Man United some credit. The players definitely. Arsenal, on the other hand.
Well, I mean,
it's 1 win in 8, I think, for Arsenal.
I mean, looking at the results, Arsenal won. Well, you look at basically everyone from 5th to 17th, and basically they all either won 3 or 4 games. From 5th to 17th, they've all essentially either won either 4 or 3 games, and then they've drawn or lost various numbers. Then you literally jump from 5th to 8th to 5th to 4th, and it's like won at least 8. So essentially, everyone from 4th to 1st has won double the amount of games that everyone from 6th to 17th has basically. So which is mad, just absolutely mad. It's crazy. Anyway, so we've obviously talked about Chelsea versus City. Let's actually talk about I guess the upcoming fixtures on top of that, and let's be flexible about it. So first game, 12:30 kickoff, is actually West Ham United versus Spurs. Spurs, as we go back, are 14th right now. They're basically, how many points are they from Watford? They've got a good gap. They're at least 6 points. I think 6 points from the relegation zone.
West Ham have always been like that. I mean, they're sort of like bumbling around. Yeah.
I'm talking about Spurs here. I'm talking about Spurs. That's the scary thing. Spurs, West Ham, when you look at this game, actually, West Ham are just above. They're 16th. They've got 13 points, and Spurs are 14.
What happens if Spurs win? So 14.
So Spurs win. They be basically level on points of Arsenal and 17, even they don't win. But I mean, if they lose, then you could potentially see them around the zone, and West Ham will leapfrog them.
Yeah.
So what do you think? It's away. So and actually, we're being pretty casual with this. So just discuss. So, but what do you think? How do you see the outcome of this game?
Wait, me? Oh, we're going to give it to the Arsenal fan.
Give it to the Arsenal fan.
I don't know. Both teams are unpredictable. I think Spurs by this time last season, they were doing pretty well. Kane obviously gets out of his August. What do they call it? The August, or is it August or October where he doesn't score?
August.
Yeah, which is anyway
miles away.
Yeah, and he got out of that and then started firing. Yeah, Son, etc. Everyone was fit, playing well. And Tottenham were in a really good position last season. Apart from Champions League, they didn't really, it would be sort of 3 weeks from now where they would only secure it because they had 1 game left, and I think Inter drew or lost, I can't remember, and that's how they got through. So, Tottenham were in a lot better position last season, and West Ham was just similar. Felipe Anderson was firing though. That's the difference I've noticed with West Ham this season.
Yeah.
Felipe Anderson isn't playing that well. I think that's just like a West Ham thing though. Like, and same thing with Everton. Like, you'll have one good season, and then after that it's just mediocre.
Yeah.
So yeah, West Ham just lost to Newcastle. 3-2. I know it was 3-2, but it wasn't a close game at all. Newcastle dominated them, and that was at home as well. So you'd think that they'd want to do a number on Spurs. A little bit of a derby, I guess, both being in London.
Yeah.
And it's possible. West Ham do have the assets, I think. You've got Yarmolenko, Philip Anderson, that French striker, I can't remember his name, Haller, I think, who scored a few. So they've got the tools to do it. But yeah, we'll just see what Spurs are made of right now. Because Spurs have been they've been in worse situations, and they got to a Champions League final last season. So you can never count Spurs out. But if it's a draw, then Spurs are in big trouble. But I don't think they'll lose. I don't think Spurs will lose. I think it's going to be a draw minimum. I'll probably give Spurs the win here. Not that I really want to, but I'll give them a win. 2-1.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on what Spurs turns up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you have at the beginning of the season when Spurs were sort of looking really sharp, and people were even putting them as title contenders. But I don't know. I've never rated. I'm not a Kane fan either. Like, I don't. You don't want them in the box with the ball at his feet.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, he's gonna score.
That's the only time I'd give him the ball anywhere else on the pitch. So that's it. He's just what you call a fox in the box, I guess. But like, I don't know. I don't massively rate him. I don't think he's definitely a Tottenham player. I don't think you'd see Kane at any of the top clubs.
He's not better than Aguero.
Not on my days, no.
He's not better than Firmino.
No, no.
He's not better than Aubameyang.
No.
He's not better than who have United got?
Martial.
No, he's not. I don't know. Martial he's young as well, and Martial's very good.
Yes, I'm saying really, he's not better than Martial. Do you think?
I don't know. It's a toss-up.
It's a toss-up.
I don't think he is. I mean, you've got Martial and Rashford, so I don't think so.
Was he better than Lukaku?
No.
At the fat Lukaku, I think he was better than fat Lukaku.
Yeah.
Into Lukaku.
Everton Lukaku.
Everton Lukaku, I think, was the best Lukaku.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that hurts me. Hurts me to say as a Liverpool fan, but like Everton Lukaku was a brilliant striker. When he went to Man United, I don't quite know what happened. I don't know whether I think was it when some of the other players were coming that he wasn't really getting. He wasn't really making the runs, or he couldn't make the runs.
There's lots of things, isn't
Yeah, I think it's the style of play. I think ultimately, that wasn't really how they wanted to play. Potentially, maybe just want to play in that way.
What are our score predictions here? What do you think will happen? Bearing in mind that this is away as well.
Yeah, away.
I said 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. That's a good one. I'll say
foul team.
2-1 Spurs. That's a good one. I might go the same. If I'm allowed to do that, I'll go same. I'll go 2-1. 2-1 to Spurs.
I'm actually going to go 2-0 to West Ham.
2-0. Yeah,
I know, I'm going because Spurs away record this hasn't been good particularly. Like, and I just think that I feel there is something going on behind the dressing room. I really do. And I just think that aside from Son, who consistently tries, everyone else seems to just sort of. I don't know why. For example, doesn't play Lucas Moura. I don't know whether there's any favourites.
Why doesn't he play Lucas Moura?
I just don't know. He brings him on as a
I
sub.
think they're trying to freeze the manager or something, or try and get him out.
I don't know. I just think that something is amiss, and at the end of the day, I don't know. You lose 3-0 to West Ham. They struggled to really get something from Everton away, though who are also struggling. Their last game was it last game against Everton? I don't think the last game was.
It was Everton. Before that was I can't remember.
I'm just bringing it up now. Yeah. I'm just trying to
Results,
figure it out.
maybe? Results.
What is that? Yeah, it's. I think it was the. Oh, there you go. Results.
Wow, did I have it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, Everton won.
Yeah.
Spurs won.
Yeah.
And what was the one before that? Liverpool, obviously. So.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is, they played semi-okay against Liverpool at Anfield, but anyway, I mean, I'm going basically West Ham 2-0 because I just think that unless by some miracle over the international break they've sort of, and that's another thing you've got to bear in mind how many players were playing in the international break for Spurs. Kane was playing. Kane is going to be tired, but you know he's going to play. Winks was playing as well.
Most overrated player in history.
Harry Winks.
Oh my days.
Really?
Oh, I can't stand it. He's decent, but he's so overrated.
I tell you what,
honestly.
Yeah, just looking at this, right? Everton scored in the 97th minute to equalise. So like, it wasn't like Spurs. Spurs were, to be fair to them, quite unlucky. I mean,
how many of Spurs had that in the last minute?
And to be honest, the game was poor. Like, it was a really, really.
They said it was one of the worst games.
That's why they got. That's why Thingy got sent off, didn't he? Yeah.
Son.
Damn.
It was very, very poor.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Like, if it's, it looked like they were a little hard done by that, and then obviously before that they had Liverpool.
Yeah.
Might knock their confidence a little bit, because I think Liverpool scored in the last minute again for the Spurs match, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
So
I don't know if you found this.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, so like, I don't know, like maybe Spurs, this is the time to get it back. They have had a little bit of a break, you know. They can just sort of in the international break, you can figure things out a little bit. Is there more international football to come through the weekend, or is this weekend's back?
No, I think this weekend is we're back to basically 23rd starting now. Okay, we talked about Spurs or something for now. Let's crack on and dash through the other Premier League teams. So going to Team Takage 1 and Arsenal at home to Southampton. 3:00 kickoff. What do you think, Team Takage 1?
So Arsenal have got Southampton, Norwich. I think West Ham, and who was the other team that came up with Norwich and Villa?
Sheffield United.
Sheffield. No, we played them. It's another team. It's not Newcastle. It could be Bournemouth. Let me have a look at. Just have a quick look, guys. Sorry about that.
What's the query?
What? Who came up?
No. So our fixtures, sort of from now until we play City, are like very really winnable games.
Southampton.
So we've got Southampton, we've got Norwich, then we've got Brighton. That's the one. Brighton. That's who it was. West Ham.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we have City at home.
I mean, so, really, you could say, Emery, if you get even a draw, you're out.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the Brighton game I think is at home. Like, Brighton are good, but you play Brighton at home, you've got to, you should win, to be honest. And all those games, we should be getting maximum points, apart from when we go to City. So we play Southampton. Southampton have been battered 9-something by Leicester, 4-5 something from Chelsea. If Arsenal,
I tell you what, it's not good. If a team gets hammered 9-0,
yeah,
always the next game they have to they have
and
to
then
redeem
you get
themselves.
battered again.
Yeah. Well, the next game you have to always make sure that you're better than what you were. So it's always dangerous playing a team that has just been hammered 5-0 because you know that the next time the manager's got to be right, if that happens again, you're in real trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
So tomorrow, this weekend might be a really, really tough one for Arsenal.
Yeah, they just So they
So it was 2-1.
Yeah, so they just lost to Everton.
Yeah, 2-1. So once again, they kept it close. I mean, it's
Yeah.
only Everton, but
So they're they're getting better.
They're getting better.
It was 9-0. Then Chelsea beat them. Wasn't that week either. Chelsea beat them 4-1.
Yeah.
You know, so they're gradually getting better. So
and then
it'll
they
come
beat
to
Arsenal.
But seriously though, if they do beat Arsenal at home, I honestly think they're giving Emre till the end of this period.
This is what I'm hearing, end of the month.
Yeah.
This is what Ruben is saying in the month anyway.
Okay.
Because you don't want to. If we lose against Southampton, and then we lose to Norwich, I think, who are next, or like don't get good results from them, then you kind of like we're going to play City mid-December.
Yeah.
And those run of games like are really crucial because your players get injured and things like that. You don't want a manager like that who's drawn to flipping Southampton and you know. So it's I mean I generally don't know what to predict for this game. I'm being pretty optimistic with Arsenal this season.
If you do win all of those games and you get a draw against City, would you want to keep Emre?
I don't think it's like remember Infinity War? Yeah. It's like, you know, that one possibility. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about
that one chance.
What did Doctor Strange say? How many different outcomes was there?
Millions, I think.
Millions.
Millions.
And you're talking about one.
One in a million.
Right? No, literally though. Literally.
So if you win against Southampton, and then
Norwich,
you win against Norwich and then
Brighton, and who was West Ham, and then draw against City.
So you win them 4 games and then get a draw against City. If that was the
you keep him because for me that would show that he's changed something.
Yeah. Okay.
And because what he's doing now isn't good.
Yeah.
I feel like he's trying to play like club. Like he's trying to they're trying to press and things like that.
Yeah.
But we're not fit. We're not fit as City players and Liverpool players, even Chelsea players and Leicester players. I think that's actually the difference between the top 4 and the rest, the fitness.
Yeah.
Because you look at Leicester, they don't stop running.
Yeah, I don't think City was as fit when they were like absolutely knackered half time.
I think that always happens when you play Liverpool. Like you just feel like you just ran a marathon.
Yeah, we had that against, I can't remember, it was in the Champions League team or something.
Oh yeah.
And literally the guy came off and was just like.
Must be suffocating. It must be so
bad.
Like playing Liverpool.
What? How do they train?
It's different. It's completely different. You see it. Like to maintain that for 90 minutes. Yeah. It's a different kind of training. Yeah. It's like there's I don't know if you know the Diaz brothers, UFC fighters. Yeah. They say when you fight them, like they're not going to knock you out with like heavy, massive power punches. Yeah. They just suffocate you with volume. Yeah, right. So you end up giving up. Yeah. Because you just feel like you're being suffocated. So like, all right, fair enough. Someone can, knock you out in one punch like City. Yeah. City might beat you 5-0, but Liverpool, for 90 minutes, you're not going to be the same person once you finish playing them. They're just going to keep punching until they blow the whistle till half time or. So playing Liverpool, you have to match them. Yeah. Arsenal did that at the Emirates. I know Liverpool got a little bit unlucky. I think Mane's goal should have gone in, but I remember Arsenal in the second half. We were playing like possessed. We completely matched last season. We matched them pressing. Yeah. Like I don't know how. Lacazette was on fire. Like everyone was just playing like a unit. And so you have to fight fire with Liverpool. Yeah. That's literally the only way. Or do what Sheffield did.
So going back to Arsenal.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I went a bit of a run there. This isn't AFTV.
Yeah. What are we? So what are your score predictions basically?
Obviously, I don't believe in that one possibility. I think it's honestly going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. We have no problem scoring goals in terms of at Emirates, like early.
Really?
Early, like We score early and then concede. That's it.
Because
That's the.
last time game we scored, you only scored. That's the thing I've been noticing with Arsenal for a while. Actually, is that they haven't been scoring that many goals despite the attacking threat.
We don't score more than 2.
And it's strange, given that you have, I would argue, two of the most talented strikers in Lacazette and Aubameyang, and you've got Ozil for creativity now, and yet you're not scoring, which I think would be very concerning.
Aubameyang especially would probably fit in any team around the world, really.
Yeah. Well, there's rumours of leaving in January.
In January.
Well, there seems to be. So I mean, we'll continue. We'll have to quickly discuss this while we speed for the other ones, but the toxicity at Arsenal and the rarity that the likes of Xhaka, Torreira, and even Aubameyang, because of Arsenal, but also the media, those players leaving. Do you think it will be that, much like Spurs, that will be the downfall of Arsenal Football Club, Team Takage 1?
Yeah, you're probably right. I think when you have a toxic fan base, I think it how can I say this? It eventually comes to bite you in the butt. So Real Madrid, their fan base is so toxic, and look at them now. Okay, you had your success, stuff like that, but when you take things for granted, when you don't just treat people right, this is what happens at the end of the day. Just general humanity. Real Madrid fans are not nice fans. They, the way they treated Bale and other people. And look what's happening now. They're a bit of a banter team at the minute.
Well, they are.
Even Barcelona as well, to be honest. Bit of banter.
Sorry to interrupt you, Kagajira. Good to see you on the screen. Really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. West Ham 2, Spurs 2.
Yeah,
okay, fair enough. That's a good shout. I think that's a reasonable shout. So I certainly think they might potentially drop points here if they're not lucky. So, but I agree with you. I agree with you, Team Takage 1 completely. Yeah, right, let's quickly go through these because we still have Bundesliga and Liga matches to actually preview somewhat. But good to have you in the stream, Jira. Really appreciate you dropping by. Right, so Bournemouth versus Wolverhampton. We probably want some of these won't be in discussion ones, but just what you think the score will be and why. Well, who do you think you win and why type of thing?
Jimenez is going to score 2. He's just absolutely on fire at the minute. I've actually checked him in the fantasy football ahead of Vardy.
Okay.
So I reckon Jimenez is
away to Bournemouth, by the way.
Away to Bournemouth. Bournemouth is a tough team. I don't know. I feel Wolves on this one. Jimenez with 2. Bournemouth 1. Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough. Jira saying Arsenal 2, Southampton 1. Fair enough. Team Takage 1 is signalling and saying
Team Takage 1 is biting your hand off. He'll take it.
Because I don't know. I think they should win, but I won't be surprised if they didn't. So next up, Brighton at home to Leicester City.
Yeah, I think Brighton are a tough team to break down. So I'm just gonna go with a lowly 1-0 to Leicester for me. So I don't think they'll score against Leicester, but I reckon Leicester might just pinch it at the end. 80th minute, mid 80s, Leicester goal comes flying in from someone like Maddison or something, and then Leicester pinch it 1-0.
I'll go with Leicester for that one as well. Okay. They did keep a clean sheet against Arsenal. Fair play to them. Last game, so they defensively they're solid.
And the Shinichu gets
he's an animal.
And Johnny Evans, who was at United, people remember Johnny Evans at United seems having a field day. The fact that he's been linked with City is I think is quite interesting, given that we let him go because we thought we could do better. Maybe we need a better coach.
Well, Chris anyway.
But we'll go into United stream, won't. So moving on, Leicester 3, Brighton 0. We'll go to
I like it.
We will go to Fixtures because Crystal Palace at home to Liverpool, who have always been a bit of an issue with Liverpool in the past. Fixtures, what do you think?
Yeah. So I actually think it was different. Like the season that we almost won the title with Brendan Rodgers, Palace for me were the ones that it was the draw at Palace that actually lost us the title, not the Chelsea draw, the Chelsea loss. Sorry. So like I think, yeah, since then we've been okay with Crystal Palace. There haven't been like massive scores that we've just gone there and blown them away, but we've just got good like okay results. I would like to say that Liverpool will just go in there and just smash them, but I don't think that's realistic. I reckon maybe just go with 2-0 to Liverpool. Get us a clean sheet there.
2-0 to Liverpool. Okay, Jira says you never walk alone. 4-0.
Is he a Liverpool fan?
No. 4-0. Crystal Palace need. You never walk alone. 4. Crystal Palace. Crystal need help. Palace 0. Right.
Wow.
I get that.
I like that.
I get that. Yeah. No, fair enough.
Smoking over there, mate.
I think probably 2. Yeah, I think I'm going with Misha. Probably 2. Who do you think will score the goals for Misha as a Liverpool fan? Will step up.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I'm just a huge Mane fan. I just absolutely love him. I think he's having a much better season than Salah right now. Salah for me has sort of he's still a really really brilliant player. Still a great threat. Always takes 2 players with him. Yeah. Essential to the team.
Yeah.
But just I don't know. I'm just a huge Mane fan. So like I'll say that Mane bangs one in, and Wijnaldum.
Does he score as well?
He scores. He definitely scores. Mane with a goal, and then Wijnaldum enjoys scoring away against a team every once in a while. So I'll go Wijnaldum and Mane.
Fair enough. Okay, quickly moving on. Everton versus Norwich. Jira says a 1-1. Everton Norwich. I mean Norwich have been bad ever since ever since they beat Manchester City. I don't know what that was, that they lived for that moment. Ever since that moment.
Peaked.
They just partied the whole...
Party.
They're still partying.
Like, we're out. We beat the champions.
every single night. They all got like massive bonuses, and they just they're just sniffing their life away.
Because if we obviously look at the table, go back, you can't see it sort of here, where you can a bit see it there. Actually, yeah. Norwich are basically bottom of the table on 7 points.
Yeah.
Only 4 points from 17th where Villa are, but still, their last 5 games is 4 losses and 1 draw.
Yeah.
Same to Southampton.
It's absolutely terrible.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Unfortunately, I'm a Liverpool fan. I just don't. I think Everton will win this one.
I wouldn't mind if Everton got relegated.
I wouldn't mind if Everton, Man United got relegated either.
Unfortunately, that won't happen.
No,
it won't happen. Unfortunately, as Liverpool fans,
Everton definitely could.
Everton definitely could, but even then, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, no.
Right. Okay. So, moving on. What's next? So Watford at home to Burnley. Watford also struggling this season. Gira Dogma says Watford 1, Burnley 3, which I sort of agree with that, to be honest, because Watford have been awful.
I agree, Gira.
And I think that this constant manager changing debacle that the Watford owners have done, I think, is now come to bite them, because they haven't been able to create longevity, having constantly sacked managers. They sacked Silva, I think, who's also struggling. They sacked Flores and then brought in Silva, and then they obviously sacked this other guy. So it's too much. Well, that's too much. Does anyone disagree with a 3-1 from Jared, to be honest?
No, it's alright. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Yeah, Watford aren't really. It's like, I don't know. Do they look lackluster to you? Like when I see them on the highlights, it just doesn't look like they're trying.
And the thing is, they have good players. Like they have
like Delafeu,
who are trying.
Delafeu and Decore,
Those two don't
so.
look like they're doing anything though.
And what is Deeney injured? Is he playing or is he Brent? I don't know what's happened to Troy Deeney.
Deeney, yeah. No, I don't know. He is injured a lot, isn't he, Deeney? Yeah. So I don't know what's happened to him, but yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, they just look like they can't be bothered. It just looks like they hate being out on the pitch. I don't know, like just
maybe a couple of them leave in January.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
The Euros definitely take Doucouré. I'll tell you that.
With the Euros coming up, though, people will want to be playing regularly for clubs. So January transfer market we will do a podcast regarding the January transfer market. But I imagine it's going to be very, very busy because a lot of players will want to get game time before the Euros.
Yeah.
Quickly moving on. So we've obviously discussed City versus Chelsea. Jira's prediction is 2-1 to Chelsea. Actually, Pulisic nicks it. Fair enough. Sheffield United.
He might not be playing.
Pulisic might not be playing.
He might not be playing.
What's going on with that?
He's well, after the last game, I don't know because the thing is, it might be that they're just like saying, "Oh, Pulisic is injured, so he doesn't go back to America." But it says that he's injured, and I'm only going off fantasy football. So on the fantasy football, it says that he's only got a 75% chance of playing.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. Okay, then he might actually struggle in the end.
Yeah.
Sheffield United at home to Manchester United. Now, Giro's already said Sheffield parked the bus United 2, Manchester Ollie at the wheel 0. I mean,
loves his nickname.
that wouldn't surprise me if I'm honest. It wouldn't because
Sheffield parked the bus too.
And they will, or they'll be very organised and very solid. It's going to be a very difficult game for United.
Anyone who goes to Sheffield is going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
Anyone is going. Like, it doesn't matter if it's City or whoever it is going to have a tough time going to Sheffield, I think. And yeah, it's going to be hard for United to break them down. That's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a tough one for United, that one as well. Like I say, anyone who goes there is going to have a hard time.
I think what I would say as a United fan, and obviously Joe's in the comments as well, is that if we actually do go to Sheffield United and win, then for me that's a statement.
Yeah.
So I don't expect us, and I've set my sons that I don't expect us to win here. A draw, possibly. But if we do win, then I think for me it's a statement. It's a sign that, like, right, okay, especially building on the win against Brighton, that things are potentially going in the right direction and that United fans should stick with Ollie. If we lose, then again questions will be asked because, frankly, Sheffield United look like they're quite an organised team, have a philosophy, and United are still trying to discover what theirs actually is. And the January transfer window is still there's still a lot of games to go between now and January. If we're wanting to push for top 4 Europa League, I've got no idea. But I'm hoping for the difficulty with where United play right now is because we find it difficult to break teams down. And so I anticipate, much like Crystal Palace and West Ham, that United will play football. They'll have lion's share of the possession. Won't be able to break Sheffield United down. Sheffield United will then long the ball up to, or get what's his name, Laudrum, who seems to be the defender that scores a lot of goals.
Lundstram, yeah.
Lundstram. He scores a lot of goals, and I just think it'll be difficult.
He's a smart player, isn't he, Lundstram? It's just like, I think even Baldock and Egan in defence, they just seem to be just like really, really good defensively. Sheffield. I can see those players going to some of the bigger clubs. Some of those Sheffield defenders, yeah, really, really good. Just great in attack as well. I mean, they just, once again, another team, exactly what you were saying there, like Lundstram, getting teams all over the park. Yeah, well, fair play to them. I mean, they just come up.
They almost took points of Liverpool, bar that sort of freakish accident by the goalkeeper. That just Liverpool been getting so lucky, to be honest, so lucky. You're just literally just like
to win the title. That's what you got to do nowadays.
That is true. That is true.
City against Liverpool last season, Stones cleared off the line. It was millimeters, if you can call it that. Millimeters.
Jura again. Injured last game. Yes. If we lose, then we need to win against Spurs. To be honest, if we I don't know, United playing Spurs after Sheffield United. If they are, we actually have a better chance of beating Spurs than we do Sheffield United away. To be quite honest,
everybody does.
So I'm less worried about that than I am with, especially because aside from that time when we were in disarray with, I think, Mourinho when they came and beat us 3-0 at Old Trafford. Generally speaking, we actually played all right against Spurs.
Yeah.
And the fact they're playing poorly now, we've got a good chance, assuming that Martial will stay fit. Quickly before we quickly move on, because we've got so many others, but we won't go into all of the teams, but the big teams of our leagues. Is Aston Villa at home to Newcastle.
Newcastle win, I think.
Really?
They're just starting to pick it up a little bit now. Newcastle, playing well. Looks
Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot after Benitez. Everyone was like, Newcastle's going to get relegated. It's going to be bad. It's going to be awful. And yet he's nicked a few points. Beat United.
Yeah.
Beat Spurs, I think, as well. Nicked a few points here or there. Went away to West Ham and battered the Hammers. So you know, he's done that. And if we look at the table,
done right, hasn't he? Yeah.
Newcastle's on the 13th. You know, with 15 points, only 2 points of 5th place.
Yeah.
You know, that's how tight it is.
They're done all right. That's what I mean. They've just started to pick it up a little bit. They're not going to teams and blowing them away.
Yeah.
But they're just picking up results.
It's a sort of a old school performances. They're getting a lot of headed goals.
Yeah.
I think they got 2 headed goals against.
That's Bruce, isn't it? That's
Bruce C. Well, you seen his nose. But if they're how can I say, their flair players start scoring, then Newcastle could actually be a really good side, because I've watched Almiron and Saint Maxima, the one with the crazy hair.
Oh yeah.
And he hit the bar.
Yeah.
He looks really sharp.
Yeah, I've been talking to a couple of Newcastle fans, and they're saying that is it Almiron, Almiron or Almirion, that the young lad that they've got. The Newcastle fans that I've spoken with don't like him. Apparently he's a bit dumb. He's really fast on the ball.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what to do with
Yeah,
it. Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. Decision making's not great.
Yeah.
But if those two start scoring, because we know they've got their Joe Linton and their centre backs are monsters. They always get really good headed goals.
Yeah.
And you got Chandra Shelby playing decent now, playmaker. But if those guys start scoring, because both of them hit the bar against West Ham, should have been 5-2. Then Newcastle are going to be really, really solid this season. Easily top table.
Yeah.
So I think Villa, McGinn, I think might have scored again in the Nationals. He's a very good player. Plays at Villa.
So what's the score prediction, guys?
I'd probably go Newcastle as well.
Okay.
2-1, I think.
Because this is a 6 points event. We're talking about relegation. This is a potential 6 points if you think about it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if Villa will even have a response. I'll go 2-0. 2-0 Newcastle.
Not bad at all.
Okay, fair enough. Gio is saying they are only beating teams who are shite right now.
Who said that?
No, Gio Dogma, sorry, and can't win against the Chelsea side. We smashed. You mean Newcastle? Well, let's be fair. The us beating Chelsea was you could argue it was a good win, but did our performances against teams justify that? I mean, Chelsea went to Wolves and put 5 past them, and we struggled to beat Wolves, and likewise with Burnley. So, I think that's a difficult one. But okay, that's our Premier League fixtures done. We are going to look at a few teams in the Bundesliga, the main teams in Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie, and Ligue 1, just quickly. So we'll just quickly move on. So obviously La Liga will be kicking off again as well. Barcelona, Real Madrid trying to do something. If you look at the table, Barcelona currently right now have they're top, level on points of Real Madrid, 25 points each with 12 games played. Atletico Madrid and Sevilla played an extra game. They both got 24 points, but they played an extra game. Real Sociedad, Atletico, Bilbao, Getafe, Granada, and so on. They've all played 13 games. So, despite the fact that Barcelona and Real Madrid are struggling, and indeed, Barcelona I think have lost three games all season. Real Madrid have only lost one game, but they've drawn 4, which is why they've dropped quite a fair few points. Atletico Madrid have also lost only 1, but have drawn 6. It's quite tight.
It looks really tight, doesn't it?
But
even Sevilla,
but
they're just a point behind.
It almost feels like normal service is still kind of resumed, despite how poor Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are playing.
Yeah.
Normal service is essentially resumed, where it's Barcelona and
really,
Real Madrid again.
If you're looking at it, the top 10 teams are all within 5 points of each other.
I'm bearing in mind the
10
fact
teams.
that Barcelona and Madrid have got a game in hand, obviously.
Oh, have they? Yeah, right, fair
you.
enough. Okay.
But looking at the fixtures, and we'll discuss obviously the key ones. So Barcelona playing away to Leganes, well,
sounds like
you can see the table. They're certainly not in the top 12. You know, so you'd expect that Barcelona away from home should be able to do the business.
Yeah.
But it just seems that Messi seems to have to bail them out all the time. I don't get it.
Yeah. Barcelona relied on Messi for a long time, haven't they?
Giro Dogma, Barcelona's defence is so bad. It is. And I think they've lost to relegation fodder before in Granada, who bantered Barcelona, to be honest. So
it sucks because, like, arguably they got the best keeper in the world, Barcelona.
Is
Like,
Ter Stegen the best keeper in the world?
he's top 3 definitely, but like if
You've
he
got to give it to either Alisson or Edison.
yeah, but like if Ter Stegen had like Van Dijk in front of him, because his distribution is very good.
Yeah.
And his shot stopping is amazing. Like he does the he like saves it with his feet a lot, but also he does that kind of like Schmeichel starfish kind of thing, you know,
Like the crab.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the key question is, should it be Ter Stegen or Neuer who should be German number 1? Now that is a question.
Ter Stegen easily, but Neuer is still like amazing. It takes you a while to get back to where you were.
Yeah.
Like he was.
He had a big injury, didn't he?
Yeah, he made it cool to be a goalkeeper, if that makes sense. Let's be honest. Like everyone wants to be an attacker or a midfielder. When Neuer got nominated for Ballon d'Or with Ronaldo and Messi, like it was really cool because like he was that good. And I can't remember if Germany won the World Cup that year. I don't think they. 2014.
They did.
So like it would have been cool for him, but obviously Ronaldo and Messi, to be honest, deserve to win Ballon d'Or every single time, unless it's like N'Golo Kante, you know. But other than that, you know, they deserve to win every time.
Or Mane.
Oh yeah, well Mane, a lot of the really big players have voted for him.
Yeah. I think he's like
Schneider said he should get it. Messi voted for him in something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He's brilliant, isn't he?
I can't remember what the original question was, but.
Okay, it was what Barcelona beating Leganes.
Oh yeah.
Gira's saying that Levante beat Barca, so I think they will beat Mallorca 2-1 scraping. Yeah, Levante will play Mallorca on Friday.
Maybe we should get him to do his predictions, and maybe you know quite a lot about La Liga.
Yeah, no, certainly put your predictions, Gira. We really appreciate it. Atletico Madrid are playing away to Granada, who obviously have beaten Barcelona in the past, and they were promoted from the Spanish First Division, and actually did quite well. They're actually at one point they were, I think, second or first. They were first. They've slowed down a bit now, but away in Atletico Madrid have been dropping a few amount of points. They've got quite a lot of draws. So
Still third.
They are. But they're only if we just go back to, so we just go to the table. Granada are on 20 points. Atletico Madrid on 24 points. You know, so a win for Granada at the home stadium. Suddenly they're only a point behind Atletico Madrid.
I wonder what it is with Atletico. Obviously, I know they sold Griezmann, their talisman. They've got Costa, but you know it's a different kind of player. And I think Costa gets injured quite a bit as well. And Morata is he scores, but he misses about 20 to get 3. If that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They got rid of Godin, and obviously he retired. His time was up at Atletico, getting all these at Inter now, I think.
Yeah, Godin's into.
and I don't know who they got in really, but they sold Hernandez to Bayern Munich. So their team, like, although on paper it looks really good, their attack, they got João Felix, etc., etc. It's not amazing. So I think Atletico might struggle this season. Even Champions League, they're struggling. So we'll see. I think, I don't think Atletico are going to challenge for title this season.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the case of, do you think they're actually going to beat Granada? As this predictions
they
away
at
from
home?
home, they're away from home.
That'll be a tough one. I think it could be another draw. Yeah, they've already got 6 draws or 7 draws already. Could be a draw.
I'll just go win. Win for Atletico. Because it'll make it more interesting if they do win.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's what Pascal would say.
Gira going to so Leganes 2, Barca 3. I just pray to God they win.
All right.
We'll see.
Just pray to God anyway.
Real Betis 1, Valencia 2. Even though they are both struggling at the moment. Real Fekir. Fekir is at Real Betis now, isn't he? That was a strange move because Liverpool wanted to get Fekir, if you remember, and like it didn't come because of various reasons. It's like I can't go to Liverpool, so I'll go to Real Betis.
Yeah, he was injured, and I think if I remember correctly, he failed the medical, and that was the ultimate reason why Liverpool ended up scratching him off. So like he came to Liverpool, everything was going well, the medical didn't go right at all, and then Liverpool just pulled out. So for him to go to, because he was at what, Lyon?
Yeah, I think it was Lyon. Yeah, it was Lyon.
Who haven't? They're doing okay in the Champions League. They're doing okay. They might qualify. It's not that hard of a group, I don't think. And Memphis has scored every single game.
Yeah. You would have stayed at Lyon, wouldn't you? You wouldn't have gone to Betis.
Yeah, I mean they don't have a. They've got a few good players, but they're never going to really get in the Champions League spot, are they?
It was very strange. It was a very strange move. I mean, to be honest, there are plenty of teams, even the Premier League, that would have thought like an Everton maybe could have accused Fekir, even a United. There are plenty of so I'm very very upset by that. But, Arsenal even maybe could have. Yeah, that creativity would have been
anything
good.
but there. Any team.
Even better.
Real Betis. All right, sounds good. It's not Arsenal, is it?
You'll be playing along Shaka. Betis it is.
And lastly, before we move on, actually, because obviously now we're in Real Madrid versus Real Sociedad. What do you think about that?
Sociedad wasn't doing too bad from what I saw on the table.
No.
Sociedad was like up there as well. I mean, everyone was within sort of 5 points.
Fifth place, 23 points. They're having a good season, Sociedad, actually.
This
very good season.
the La Liga sounds like a good season this season. It sounds like it's really
Bundesliga
tight.
as well. It's
yeah,
tight,
Bundesliga.
We would be going to Bundesliga.
Premier League,
it's Premier League feels like it's over already. That's be honest, So like,
it didn't used to be
weird,
this one-sided.
as League on, but the Bundesliga, Serie and La Liga seem to be a bit more competitive this season.
I'll go Sociedad.
Sociedad,
for the win.
For the win
against Real Madrid. I mean, to be honest, Real Madrid at the
Bernabeu. I mean, they're getting a bit of confidence. I think it's starting to click. I think that Hazard is now starting to play a bit better. I still think he's
looking good now. Like I saw a couple of games, the last few that he played, starting to like get his
stride.
His arrogance
back. And then they've got a few players that like I think that Rodrigo guy, who's like a new kid, 18-year-old sort of sensation, who looks pretty cool.
They always have a new sensation, don't they? See how long they last.
Well, Vinicius Junior was last season, then just completely disappeared.
They have one every season. I think. A new sensation,
and then it's just like James Rodriguez is still supposed to be the new sensation.
Who else was there? Asensio. Lucas Vasquez was another one.
Asensio, to be fair, he looks right. I mean, I was so excited when I heard that he was going to come to Liverpool, but obviously that all fell through because they wanted like 100 and something million for him. But he looks He looks sharp and he looks good.
Left foot, I think, as well. So.
Left, he's a good. I'm blistering left foot on him. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Asensio when he's fit and ready, he'd be exciting to watch.
It's the midfield for me at Real Madrid that just can't work. The defense is gonna struggle, and the midfield is tiring. It's like Toni Kroos, Modric, Casemiro. It needs changing.
And to think they, had someone like Ceballos who, he's not like top player, but like you see his energy and like he drives the ball forward, and he's one of those players that can bring it from defense to attack quickly. I don't know why they got rid of someone like that. Well, he's on loan, but I don't think he's going to be in Zidane's plans.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's the La Liga.
Giro Dogma says Rodrigo the Saviour Madrid 3-0 Sociedad. Well, we'll see.
Fair enough.
Don't put pressure. And Espanyol 2, get out of my lawn 1. I assume you mean Getafe. 2-1. Fair enough.
Is that another one of your nicknames?
I like it.
All right, let's move on to the.
Anyway.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say let's move on to the Bundesliga. Sorry, just because we're over an hour into the stream actually now, so we've got 3 more leagues I think to cover.
I was gonna ask him if he had any nicknames for Spurs, but he
Yeah.
might say something.
Let us know what your nickname for Spurs is, and for and anyone who's watching this, let us know what your nickname for Spurs. Spurs bottling it apparently is one of them. So.
Yeah.
So yes, Bundesliga, which is also quite competitive this year. And as you can see from the table, Borussia Mönchengladbach are basically 4 points clear of everyone else,
That's Jacka's old team, isn't it?
It is.
He's thinking.
Yeah, Jacka's old team was like, get me
club.
back to the Bundesliga, and I don't know because I look at this and I think, is this the quality of the Bundesliga? Because Borussia are basically being spanked in the Europa League right now, and so you're like, if the top team in Germany is being spanked in the Europa League, like I'm literally saying spanked in the Europa League.
Maybe they just.
What does that say about all the other teams?
Maybe
I don't
they're
know.
focusing on the Bundesliga.
Yeah,
maybe they don't have the squad. Depth,
maybe.
so they're just focusing on the Bundesliga.
Because I mean, everyone is looking at Lewandowski at Bayern, and we're like, he's on fire, he's etc. But Bayern are still, 4 points off, top. And they're level on points with Freiburg and Leipzig. Dortmund seems
interesting again. If you think about it, even like Schalke, if they get a win, they're up in they'll be like right behind Mönchengladbach. So this is an exciting league, aren't they? Like both La Liga and Bundesliga look like a really, really cool leagues.
Hoffenheim are there as well.
Look at Hoffenheim, look at their wins. They got 5 wins in a row.
And so they're certainly, I'm looking at they're certainly on the most informed team.
Yeah.
Bayern look like 2 wins out of the last 5, although they've obviously sacked their manager, so that might make a difference. But Hoffenheim certainly look like the most informed team.
Bundesliga have great managers, don't they?
Let's quickly look at the fixtures and we'll go back. So Dortmund are playing SC Paderborn 07, who you can't actually see in the top 12. So you'd expect that Dortmund should be able to beat this team. You'd expect that they should be able to on Friday.
I've never heard of Paderborn.
As I think they were promoted from the German First Division, but again, Dortmund's defense is. I think they'll still win, but Dortmund's defense is still very, very shaky. It really, really is. I mean, what do you guys think? Dortmund should win this one?
Yeah, I don't know who Paderborn is, so like I'll just go for a Dortmund win, just purely on the.
No offense, Paderborn fans. If any Paderborn fans watch this.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, if there is any Paderborn fans, maybe you can educate me. But right now, I'm just gonna have to say Dortmund win.
Okay. Team Takagi, any comments to that? Just
I've never heard of Paderborn either, so no disrespect, but Dortmund, I got you.
Got your number.
Looking at some of the teams, so Gladbach are playing away to FC Union Berlin, which is actually interesting. So I think they're recently promoted as well, but they're actually quite interesting still, FC Union Berlin, because they were made, I think, out of the they were one of the teams that were part of East Berlin during the sort of Cold War sort of thing. And I've kind of, I'm fairly sure it's FC Union Berlin anyway. And so they've kind of, like a lot of teams, gone through the divisions. They're really like basically owned purely by the fans. There's a lot of passion behind them there. So they're very, very passionate team.
I know there's
Brilliant.
Berlin.
And right now, they're 11th place actually right
11th
now.
place, yeah, they are.
So on 13 points, so
Oh my goodness, they've got Hertha Berlin there.
Hertha Berlin, yeah.
Yeah. And then
I
Berlin.
think they're based in West Germany. I think.
What a derby that will be. I might tune in for that one.
But I would suspect that Gladbach will probably just have a little bit enough, or they might draw. I'm not sure because apparently their home stadium is quite fierce, from what I hear.
Yeah. Mönchengladbach have to be resilient though. If they're top of the Bundesliga, they have to go to them sort of places and shrug it off, water off a duck's back, and get a result. So I'll go for Mönchengladbach.
Okay.
As well.
Same.
Fair enough. Let's quickly look at Bayern. Now Bayern are away to Dusseldorf, but I think people need, maybe I'm the only one that remembers this, but this was the team that where Bayern actually went. I think they went to Dusseldorf and they actually lost. I think it was, I've forgotten the guy's name, African guy, and he scored a hat trick against Bayern Munich, Dusseldorf. Let me. Where was it? I'm gonna have to stay.
In the meantime, do you think that Bayern Munich will get this one back? Because I think
they normally do, don't they?
Yeah, because at the moment, Mönchengladbach. I mean, you're not expecting them to win the Bundesliga, are you? Dortmund not looking that sharp.
No, because Dortmund were ahead of them last season.
Yeah.
And Bayern weren't doing that well, and all of a sudden, Bayern just
stormed ahead.
Yeah, they kept winning, and everyone started losing and drawing and all that, and Bayern just like, all right, well, we've had our fun.
Because Bayern have got almost like a new team, haven't they? Is it Ribéry left, didn't he?
So Ribéry and Robin left.
Yeah.
And then Coman and Serge Gnabry are,
so they've got
taking their place.
Yeah, Coutinho's there. Obviously, it's going to take him a season to adjust. Unless, I mean, he might just be, because he was already in a league where there was. Well, I was going to say similar for the Bundesliga, but it's not really, is it? The La Liga.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Coutinho. Do you think Coutinho is the right fit for Bayern?
Should be.
Yeah.
He's an unreal player. Absolutely amazing. But I don't really know if they play like that.
Yeah.
You're probably right. Because it's more like Muller was their cam before.
Yeah.
But he's more like a number one. He's more like a centre forward anyway.
Yeah.
But he would be in the box more than like a playmaker. A lot of their goals is like crossing and long shots and things like that.
Is he in there still?
Muller's still there.
Yeah.
He plays sometimes. I think he might be captain actually when he plays.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, their defense is pretty shocking.
Yeah.
I don't know I wonder who has the best defense in La Liga. I don't know if anyone has any stats or anything.
Oh, Bundesliga
for clean sheets and stuff like that. But Dortmund's defense is awful. Bayern's defense isn't great.
Well, if Dortmund they keep getting rid of all their team.
Yeah, every time.
They semi tried to sort of stop doing that.
This
now,
is the only season probably.
But they sell these players for like 100. How much they sell Dembele for? 152 million, and they want to sell Sancho.
Aubameyang.
100. Aubameyang.
Yeah, they must make a lot of money.
A lot of money. So fair play to them.
Aubameyang was a bargain.
How much did you buy him for?
I think it was 50 odd.
50 odd million for Aubameyang. That's mental, isn't it?
You're right. To think what Xhaka was 35.
If you compare that to, the 200 million for Neymar.
No, my days.
You know what I mean? So
that would have been a good fit for PSG actually, because Aubameyang, he can speak French, coming from Gabon and stuff. So would have been interesting him going to PSG instead of Neymar. That'd be maybe a good transition for the Ligue 1. Talking about Neymar there.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, I think I'm going to quickly read some out of Giro Dogma's predictions. So, Borussia Sanch at the wheel 1. SC we almost won against Bayern Munich 07 3.
I like this guy.
Glad to be back in the Bundesliga and not the Europa League 3. Union Berlin 0, fair enough. Frankfurt to Wolfsburg smashing through the Europa League 2, fair enough. And Lewandowski, you sexy man, Munich 5, Fortuna 0.
loving it, loving the nicknames.
Brilliant.
It's really, really good.
Oh, that's great.
I think maybe the last one I think is probably RP Leipzig. Leipzig versus FC Coin.
Leipzig's nickname needs to be Leipzig missing Cater. No, missing Cater Leipzig.
Do you think they've got this? They're second in the table.
I don't know too much about Cologne, apart from it's spelt weird.
Cologne.
So it's like KOLN.
KOLN.
I don't know what. Yeah, I think like I love watching Leipzig. They have their same manager, don't they? And
No, they've got the former Hoffenheim manager.
okay, he's a good manager.
Nagelsmann.
He's a really good manager.
He's right one at United actually. If Ollie doesn't work well, Nagelsmann. Yeah.
He's been linked with a lot of people.
Even Arsenal, I think, could do well with a young manager
Absolutely.
like that.
But yeah, Timo Werner, like, I don't know if, like, apart from Lewandowski, like, the way he plays, he's like a completely complete striker. I don't know if you've ever watched Timo Werner before, but he's quick. Like, he's good in the air, and he just, I don't know, he's like really, really sharp. I don't know. I remember reading about his release clause. It's like in the 30s. I was like, is there some other condition here? Like, if you sign him, like, do you get a curse put on you or something? Because
35 or 40 bid or something like that. Like, it's absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And he just signed you a deal, and I was like, but.
Was there any point in him signing a new deal? Or
Yeah,
if
you-
Like, maybe that's why he signed a new
the
deal.
first release clause.
Yeah.
The second one is hidden. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, he's like top 3 strikers in the world right now for me. You know, Leipzig they're just fantastic to watch. They got attacking fullbacks as well. Halstenberg, tall, like he's like a better version of Marcus Alonso. Like a good Marcus, a good yeah. They've got what's his name as well, Austrian guy. I forgot his name, you know. Really good. I forgot his name, but he's also a really good player. And they just look. They should be doing better than what they are right now. Like they should be fighting for titles, like with players like Timo Werner, Upamecano, who also were linked with heavily last season. Got some good defenders as well. So there's no reason they shouldn't be top 2, top 3 this season, especially with Dortmund not doing so well. So I'm going to Leipzig for the win. Timo Werner brace.
Fair enough. Right, let's move on from the Bundesliga to Serie A, just briefly, and obviously ongoing fights between Juventus and Inter Milan, basically. And as you can see from this table, Juve are on top, just ahead by 1 point. Inter Milan also have 1 point. Could have actually been ahead had they not drawn their game. And then, to be honest, it's quite a big. There's at least a good 7 points between second and third, between Inter Milan and Lazio, and then you've got Cagliari, Atalanta, who were obviously in the Champions League. They will probably soon be in the Europa League at their rate. Roma in 6th. Napoli under Carlo Ancelotti that are not doing particularly well, to be honest. Despite the fact that they seem to give Liverpool problems in the group stage.
Yeah, everyone picks their game up for Liverpool though.
That's just how it is it?
I'm more surprised at Roma.
Roma being there, I mean,
They sell all their good players.
they sell their good players. I would be more surprised for Napoli to me because I think that Carlo Ancelotti's still there. They do have, you've got Koulibaly there. You've got quite a few key players there. They don't seem to really be clicking. They're at least well, we're talking how many points? 5 points off 4, which is still nothing.
If you look at the game details,
Mm.
the top 4 teams are exactly the same. They've all had 1 draw in the last 5 games and 4 wins. Everyone else past 4, the top 4. It just looks like a mess. It looks like just lost, draw, win.
Well, Atalanta have scored the most goals, but like they're 5th.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't.
Scored the most goals in Serie.
Well, they've also conceded 18 from looks of the things. They've scored
18.
They've
conceded 18.
430. Like even they've scored. Yeah, just not really sure how that's worked.
They
to be
score
honest.
7 goals and then lose 3 games in a row.
So going on to the back to the fixtures. So Juventus are actually playing Atalanta first away. What do you think?
Well, they got their first win
Same
in the
to
Champions
Jura.
League, didn't they?
Sorry?
They got their first win in the Champions
They
League.
did,
Or was
I
it first
think.
point? I can't remember now. So maybe they're on a bit of a confidence thing right now. Obviously, they can score goals, we know that.
Well, will Ronaldo play? That is the question. Will Ronaldo, after being subbed off last time, there being the whole issue with that, and Dybala seems to be,
I'm 34 years old now as well. And is Ronaldo 34 or 35?
he's 34, yeah.
34. It takes us a while to recover
Exactly.
nowadays.
Yeah.
You know?
Obviously, he wants to play every game, doesn't he? And
Yeah.
every minute, and it's,
Yeah.
it's not feasible.
I think Ronaldo will still have a good season. I reckon Juventus, even though it might be a good game, might be a close game. I mean, there's a quality side, aren't they? Dybala and Ronaldo, and I don't think Ronaldo's going to be like starting on the bench. He'll be definitely starting. He'd
Yeah.
want to prove himself.
Crucial game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Top 5 team.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ronaldo will start.
Yeah.
But I think Juve are going to win. Atlanta, they leak too many goals. Probably
Yeah.
go 2-1 Juve.
Yeah.
Dybala and Higuain on the score sheet.
Boom.
Boom!
Boom. Okay. Just looking at some of the other fixtures, if you just bear with me. So going to Inter Milan away to Torino. That was where Joe Hart did his mini loan there, and
then
Then I don't know what happened.
Sirigu went there. He used to be at PSG.
Yeah.
Balotti's plays for Torino.
Belotti's still there. Yep.
Decent little player.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Inter are quite exciting to watch. Lautaro Martinez, another Argentinian to add to the list of attackers that they've got. Really good player. Yeah, Inter have got goals. They're just tiny bit inconsistent.
Got your secret little Juve.
Yeah, got my
top on.
Juve top on. If for all the streamers out there, it's a classic kit. Classic Juve kit. When they are sponsored by
Something.
Still B. Don't know what that means.
Jira Dogma says Juve need to start playing Paolo 2, Atalantis 2. Fair enough. 2-2 to them. Okay.
Thank you. So yeah, I think Inter got this. I just love their team.
Okay.
It's just exciting to watch young players in there. So I think Inter got that one.
Okay.
At least 3.
Napoli away to AC Milan. And bearing in mind this is an AC Milan team that are nowhere near, where they are. There's rumours that Zlatan wants to go back. Although apparently wants like 200 quid's worth of, like £200,000 a week worth of wages to go to AC Milan. As you look at this table, AC Milan aren't even in the top 12. So you can't see them here.
Are they? Well, they're not the league. They've got a lot of Champions Leagues, not more than Liverpool,
I think
but it's a lot.
they've got 5.
5,
I think, yes.
Liverpool are on
6.
6, yeah.
And it's a far cry from. They had players like Nesta, Maldini. I think Rui Costa was there. Seedorf. It's a far cry from players like that, isn't it?
Kaka.
Kaka, oh my days, he was my favourite.
Yeah.
He is my favourite.
Zlatan was there.
Proud
obviously, at one
Christian,
point he
proud
was.
Kaka. And yeah, just they went from all that to like Andre Silva and wasn't Balotelli at AC Milan?
Yes, he was at AC Milan. Yes,
and,
yeah.
You know, it's kind of because they spent.
was there.
I remember 3 or 4 years ago, they spent like 200 or 100 something plus million on players, and I was like, who did they buy? Like, it's like I think Bakayoko. Oh, was he on loan? I can't remember.
All the backroom staff are driving Bugatti.
Yeah, exactly. That's where all the money went. Dodgy, you know. But yeah, so Milan. I liked them to get back to where they were, but there's a lot of corruption in Italian football, so that's one side of it too. So you never know all the stuff that goes on.
True.
But yeah, so I think Napoli got that one. I love Napoli. Napoli are arguably the most exciting team to watch when they're on their game. You know, Dries Mertens, Insigne, fantastic players. So Napoli got that easy. Could be a battering.
Could be battering. Okay, fair enough. Jira says AC Piatek need to start winning more games. 1. Napoli counter-attacking gods. 1. Fair enough.
Yeah, they bought that Piatek. He had that fantastic season last season from, I don't know if it was Chievo or someone like that, some low team, and they bought Piatek for like 60 odd million or whatever it was, and he hasn't really done well, so it's a shame. Polish.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so I think we'll breeze through the others because we're still a bit over it. So let's quickly just end with obviously Ligue 1, and
Farmers League.
The Farmers League, as most people know it, and PSG are already, even though they've lost 3 games this season. And they've won 10. They're still 8 points clear. So we know that PSG have essentially won this league already. Let's be frank. Marseille are close with second. Angers 3. Saint Etienne 4th.
What a terrible league.
Lille 19. I don't even know where's Nice. Nice aren't even. You can't even see. You can't even see. You can't see Lyon.
Monaco's like even 11th.
Yeah, 11th for Monaco. You can't see Lyon on Nice. Let me actually go over to where are Lyon and Nice actually. This is quite this is quite bad actually. Where exactly are so Lyon and Nice?
Because I mean, it looks like just
so Nice
Marseille.
are 13th and Lyon are 14th.
What?
You know. It's quite considering that
it's like loss, draw, win, loss.
And Lyon are in the Champions League,
like,
as far as I'm aware.
It's like West Ham.
I mean, I guess the only thing you could say is that they are 16th, but I mean, 4th place or 3rd place is 21 points.
Very unfortunate name of Brest.
Oh, but there doesn't. But
Frenchies in it.
If you actually look at the actual point difference between even 16th and 3rd, there's only 5 points.
Yeah.
So it's actually, even though Lyon and Nice are there, there isn't actually that many points. Even like
it's just first and second. Everything else is still quite exciting. I mean, even like Saint Etienne, if they get a win, they go second straight away.
Yeah.
So
although let's be honest, PSG have already won this league.
They're,
Much like Liverpool have kind of already won their league.
But like they've had to work, you know what I mean? Like against hard teams. Like, that league is just easy.
It's a farmers league. It's a farmers league.
They're up against teams called Brest.
Yeah. Let's quickly look at some of the fixtures.
We have to play Man City. And PSG play Brest.
Yeah, it's not fair, is it? That's why they get knocked out.
PSG are actually playing Lille on Friday. So who actually?
Where was Lille?
Lille were good last.
Lille were good last season. Lille right now are fifth to be fair. So I don't think it's gonna be a complete walkover. PSG.
Well, one of their best player last season left, so they seem to be doing okay. I think, where did Lille finish last season? Was it second?
Yes, because they're in the Champions League, aren't they, Lille?
Yeah, they're in Lyon's group. No, they're not in Lyon's group. They're in
Chelsea.
Lille are in Chelsea's group at Ajax and Valencia.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know why people slept on that group. Like, I was like, that's a tough group. Dad, my dad was like, nah, that's
You only think Lille, I've got our bottom of that group.
Yeah.
And Valencia, Chelsea are to the same points.
No Pepe.
No
Party.
Pepe.
No Pepe, no party.
Hashtag
Exactly.
Daniel James.
Hashtag Daniel James better than Pepe. Anyway, let's move on. So
Team Chicago one's just like, fine, I'll let you have that one purely because of the position that Arsenal's in.
Some more predictions from Gira. So this is Italy. Is it not touring up the league? Nil into Lukaku, the touch of an elephant. Milan 3. Fair enough. Gira splashing the money but still can't win the freaking Champions League, aka PSG. Mbappe 2022. Leo Uzivert nil. Fine. Okay.
20.
That's Mbappe 2020. I'm just saying like 2. Leo Uzivert nil. Fair enough. Leon are playing. So score predictions actually. What do you think?
Leon against who?
No, PSG against Lille. Sorry.
Oh,
PSG are at home, aren't they?
Okay.
Yeah, PSG.
Yeah,
Easy.
PSG 3-0.
Okay. Enough.
9-0.
And then
It's the Leicester squad.
and then what about Leon actually against Nice?
They're like head to head in the league at the moment. Like if
Yeah,
you look at them, they're right next to each other. It was like
They're fighting
15.
for relegation, so
Yeah.
someone better win.
Yeah, that might be a good match. So
What do you
yeah.
think?
3-2
Well-
Leon.
Leon players are probably going to be snapped up in the summer, or maybe even January. I know Pep had high praise when he played Leon last season for
Ooh, Rasmus, hey, you joined in the chat so late, man.
Jeez, Rasmus, what's going on? Hello. Who is going to win the Euros? Okay, well we'll come. We'll just finish that, and then we'll end the stream with a quick discussion on who you think will be the Champions League winner, who will win the Euros, and then top 5 fantasy football picks. We've been going on for a good, I think, 1.5 hours now, so we're probably going to have to end the stream fairly soon. But thank you for stopping in the stream, Rasmus. Appreciate it.
Rasmus.
What do we say was the Leon Nice prediction?
I said 3-2 to Leon.
I'm going 1-1.
1-1. Okay. And we'll pick one more here. Bordeaux against Monaco.
I mean, Monaco, Bordeaux. I don't know. Bordeaux are high up in the chart, aren't they? They're high up in the league. So that Bordeaux, Monaco looked like they were quite low. So they need to pick it up.
Some of the richest places in the world, aren't they? Definitely Monaco. Bordeaux, I think, is a rich place as well. So
Monaco was ridiculous. When I was over there, like because obviously it's so prestigious with like the Grand Prix and stuff.
yeah.
It was just absolutely ridiculous. It was like £8 for a pint.
Really?
Yeah, so stupid. And in France, normally you get like for like €2 or €3, like the maximum you pay for a pint. And yeah, Monaco was just like, oh, you're in Monaco now. G'day.
Memphis with the predictions. Giro with the predictions. Sorry, Memphis, Leon 3. Nice to meet you, nil. Fair enough. Rest are all banter.
Exactly.
The rest are all banter indeed. Farmers League for me. Rasmus say, I just took a look at the League One table. Angers at the 3rd position. What? Yeah, I Angers.
I don't even know what Angers is.
Angers in the 3rd position.
Angers people.
So, but it seems to change every year, to be honest, because but PSG obviously consistently stay the same. That's why I don't think PSG will win the Champions League this season, unfortunately.
St Etienne, a little bit of a dark horse, like they've got actually a better 5 games than what PSG had. PSG have got 1 loss, they've got 1 draw, so they've got 4 wins, 1 draw, where PSG has had 4 wins, 1 loss. So yeah, fair play to St Etienne. A bit of a dark horse in that league, I think.
My French teacher played for Saint Etienne.
Played for them.
Not like he was in the squad, if that makes sense. Yeah, he was a keeper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Mr. Jambon, he was called,
Jambon.
which is ham.
Ham, yeah.
So maybe that was his nickname. I don't know. Like had hams for hands or something.
Ham fingers.
Yeah.
Right. So we've pretty much gone through pretty much everyone right now. So we're going to quickly just end the stream of just discussing who we think. Just a brief. We're going around on who we think is going to finish top 4 in the Premier League. Who do you think will win the Euros? And then finish off with our fantasy football picks. So, quickly from you guys, top 4 predictions. Now we're essentially a third of the way, or almost a third of the way through the season. I think this week will be essentially officially a third of the way through the season. Who do you think will win the league? Well, what will be the top 4? The final top 4, do you think, as you see things?
Liverpool first, City second, Leicester third, Chelsea fourth. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, just I don't know about fourth and third, but probably along them sort of lines. Yeah, City. I think they are going to pick it up. They are going to press and push for the title. So I'm going to go Liverpool, City. Yeah, it's going to be tough, isn't it? Because Leicester, I mean, you don't know because they're just. I think have Leicester got 5 wins in a row now as well? Have they won their last 5 games?
Leicester they won their last 4 games and lost
to Liverpool.
So that was a Liverpool game that they lost to.
Which
So
is, everyone else has lost to Liverpool apart from Man United. So,
when you look at form, Liverpool have obviously won 4, drawn 1, which was against Manchester United. The only team to
their World Cup, by the way.
Points.
that's
Man United have played their Champions League final this season already against Liverpool. Everton haven't played theirs yet.
Leicester City have won their last 4 and lost 1 to Liverpool. Chelsea have actually won all of their last 5 games. So we need to bear that in mind. And Manchester City have won 3 and lost 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Which were against Wolves and Liverpool.
The podcast right at the beginning of this season, I remember I said that the only difference was that I said Tottenham were going to be in the top 4 and not Leicester. I didn't think Leicester was going to make it in the top 4. It's looking like it now. I don't know whether they'll beat Chelsea to it though. It's a tough one. Leicester and Chelsea. I'll just go for Chelsea third, Leicester fourth. Just as Chelsea has just seemed to. Yeah, I don't know. They're both exciting teams. They're both exciting.
Another gear.
Yeah.
They found another gear.
Yeah. So, but I don't know the quality. I just go with Chelsea. Chelsea third and then fourth, Leicester.
Cool. Before I say my position, I'm going to quickly read some of these comments. So Giro's saying, or Rasmus say, and Lean on 14th position. I get that. Prem top 4 predictions for Giro is Liverpool, then Chelsea second, then Man City, then Leicester. Fair enough. Okay. Rasmus A says Leicester City to win it. Fair enough. That's you never know. You do never know. I certainly think that. I think Liverpool will win it, but I do think Leicester City will come second. I just think that City will drop further points in December, and I think they might pick it up again in March, February. But I think as we get towards Christmas, I see them dropping further points, especially because they have to play Chelsea. They have to play Leicester as well. I think they'll drop points against Leicester and a whole host of other teams.
Last season it was Liverpool hoping that Leicester would do them a solid, and then the company scored that absolute wild, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Never scored a goal like that in his life. Just absolutely smashes a 30-yarder in. Just ridiculous, really. But they almost done us a favour last season, so could be. Yeah, I won't argue that.
Yep, fair enough. Just bring some, and so we're going to quickly Eurogym. So who do you think? So we'll go back.
France again. That's a quick one. That's a quick one for me.
Who do you think will win the Euros? France.
I think France. Yeah, I can't see anybody else.
Team Takage 1.
Germany.
Looking at some. So Jira says Germany. Rasmus says Iceland to win. Maybe he's in Afghanistan. Fair enough. Who do I think will win the Euros? I'll give the dark horse. I'll give it to the Dutch. I think the Dutch for me, have shown the most improvement. I actually think England actually might get to another semi-final. So I think they have the potential. I don't know whether they'll have enough to win, but I just think that when I look at the problem for me with Germany is that Yogi Löw, I'm not pre-2014 great. After 2014-15, well, I say more after 2016, I think he's not really changed his tactics. He's declined as a coach. And Germany are I think, a lot easier to understand and play against now. So I think that while they'll probably get through their groups, I think they still might struggle. Italy, to be honest, have been relevant for a while. Spain are still relying on Ramos and Piqué at the back, which I just think is just they've got good players and they've got possession, but if you've got Ramos and Piqué at the back still, or any one of those at the back still, Ramos will still be playing. Ramos is definitely still playing for Spain. There's no Piqué might have been like take piece in it, but Ramos is definitely playing.
I think they've kept a few clean sheets recently. They got Hermoso, who's decent alongside. So Ramos is going to be up the pitch anyway. Yeah. So everyone else is going to have to defend for him. So
it's part of the problem, actually.
I don't know if Jordi Alba still plays. He probably does. Yeah. Jesus Navas making a comeback. Yeah, he is. He got in the Spanish team this season, last season. True. And he's been converted to pretty much like a right back now, right wing back.
True.
Spain actually look really solid.
They have a good defense. I'm just not sure about them really. So, but we'll see. They'll certainly be up there. And as you said, France are definitely one. Sure, I think they just need to sort of put their egos aside and work together, and then I think they've got a good shout. But I think if we're talking about most improved overall, I think you've got to give it to the Dutch. And bear in mind, the Dutch did beat, I remember the Nations League, I think it was like France, Germany and Dutch in one group, if I recall. And the Dutch topped that group to go through.
Yeah, right.
The other thing is just Portugal. Like, I don't care what anyone says, Portugal, they've got an experienced squad. They've got a mix of experience in like your Ronaldos and your Carvalhos. They've also got good players in Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva. Yeah. So and they've got their Wolves keeper as well, with good defenders, the Wolves team effectively. Yeah. So Portugal, they're not a bad shout either. They're not going to be, the manager's won a Euros before. He'll know how to grind out again. Ronaldo will have a point to prove. And I think if you've got magicians like Silva and Fernandes there, you've got something,
Yeah.
Arguably, apart from maybe De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva's probably best midfielder.
I forgot about Belgium.
Sorry, well, Belgium are obviously there as well, aren't they? So
teams, but I think Germany might get it. There's something about them, something about Germany. I don't remember the last time they lost as well.
They lost to the Dutch.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought but they beat them. Oh no, they beat them that was a friendly. I think they beat them. That was when they beat them, because I remember Van Dijk got beaten by Gnabry. That must have been a friendly. And then in the real game, they beat them in the Nations League or whatever, whatever it was.
It was interesting. Rasmus A. Iceland is not yet qualified, but they are going to qualify for playoffs. They go for the group, then eliminate England to go all the way. Wouldn't put it past them, to be honest. Wouldn't put it past them. And Rasmus A. Lau is gonna flop again. I know. I think his Lau's time was especially after maybe he's changed, but to be honest, after the World Cup when they should have qualified from their group and they got took apart, and now with VAR now going to be in the competitions. I think that's.
I'm going with England. I'm changing my mind. I'm changing my mind. I forgot they had him still there. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Right, last before the release, top fantasy football picks for the weekend to include in your team.
Jimenez.
I'm gonna go with
Emre.
Emre super sub bench boost. I'm gonna go with Mane. Sadio.
Yeah, Mane's like essential. I've had him in the team right from the start. He hasn't moved. He hasn't budged.
He hasn't budged in mine either.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one. Aubameyang was the second longest standing player there, and now he's gone.
He's out of there.
Get gone.
Yeah, Jimenez. He's a dark horse. He's just really picking it up. Really starting to enjoy his football. And he got that assist and then smashed one in the last game. I think it was against Villa, was it? Their last game. So yeah, Jimenez for me. Like even I've replaced him instead of Vardy because I think the international break just breaks English players for some reason. I'm scared of Henderson being put back into the team because for some reason it just doesn't do them any good.
Vardy's not playing for England now though, so he's gonna be well rested.
Is he? Yeah, right.
So,
okay.
Whereas Jimenez would have obviously gone to play for Mexico.
Yeah.
I think he plays in Mexico. Is it Jimenez?
I think he was injured though.
Oh, okay,
yeah. But yeah, Jimenez for me.
Not betting against my own team, but Lodstrom is always a good shout. So even if United win, there's a good chance that he'll score. And then I would say, given Brighton's recent form, I would say I would go up. So I would put some Leicester players in, maybe 2. Give maybe James Maddison a shout, or Tielemans, or Vardy.
Tielemans is another one. It hasn't left my team. It's been in right from the start. Tielemans.
And Maddison didn't play for England, so
yeah.
I don't know why he never played.
So I would.
He had an injury, but he's better than Harry Winks.
But I would certainly go for lesser players. Certainly a Vardy, a Vardy, and probably like a Tielemans or Maddison in your midfield, and maybe Lodstrom as a defender. Yeah. So cool. Okay,
we're gonna have Chelsea and City defenders.
Yeah. That goal is not going to end. There's not going to be 0-0s in that. So if you have a Chelsea and a keeper, then it's probably not a good shout. To be honest. Okay. Anything else? I think. Well, thanks everyone for listening, guys. It's been quite a long stream. We really appreciate you, and for those who will be watching in the future, please feel free to give us a like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter with UnitedX. Check us out in iTunes and Spotify, where you can download all the podcasts for Red Devil Studio Live. The links are in the description. Follow us on Twitch as well at Red Devil Studio. Stay tuned. Smash that notification button to get the latest videos. Please stay tuned. Have a nice evening, guys. Thank you to
Firmino.
Team Chicago won.
And thank you to all those who interact with us, Rasmus and Jiro. Always really a really pleasure to have you guys on the stream. Have a nice evening, guys, and cheers.